Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Oracle Visions Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe as it encourages me to create more content for you. I would like to remind everybody that the energy in the tarot reading is fluid and things might already have happened. And in most cases, they are about to happen, but time is never certain. Please take only what resonates with you and your situation from this reading, as this is a collective reading and not everything will apply to you and to your situation. Today, what I would like to do is I would like to look at, I would like to actually do this one for singles. For those of you that are single, I would like to take a look at what is blocking you from being into a relationship, or what's blocking you from meeting somebody. So this is what I would like to take a look at today. I'm gonna use the first deck that I'm going to use is the What's Blocking You deck. It's actually called just the What's Blocking You deck. So I will try to get some information out of this, and then that already flew out. So here we go. What is blocking you? This is for the singles. That's a lot of cards. I'm not going to take those. So for my single people, what is blocking you from being into a relationship or from meeting somebody right now? So let's see. Okay. Okay, so the first three cards that I have is walking away. So let's see if you can see that right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So walking away. So what this card tells me is that whenever you meet somebody, you have the tendency to not give it a chance and to quickly run away from it. So let's say, for example, you meet somebody and they do something that you don't like, instead of maybe trying to work it out or talk to the person about it and explain to them that you don't really like certain things, you have the tendency to quickly walk away. The other card that we have is unavailable. So it is possible here that you are always focusing on somebody that's unavailable. So somebody that is maybe already in a committed relationship, somebody that doesn't want to be in a relationship. So any person that is not available to you, you're probably attracted to that kind of person. And what I'm getting from this card is that it's probably time for you to think of what are your priorities, and probably to stop chasing people that are not available to you. You need to prioritize yourself in this situation, and to see what is good for you and what is not. And the other card is, I don't know if I can say that word, but you can read it. So it is possible right now that you are with somebody that is just a fling. It's nothing serious. Maybe you might want something more serious with that person, but the cards are telling me that the other person is not what they are looking for at the moment. So just be very careful with that. If you sense that the person is not, how can I say, it's not really giving you anything other than just that, and you want more, maybe it's time to walk away and to find somebody else, or to just be alone. To just be alone for a while, you know, like it's nothing wrong with that. When you are alone, you can have time to heal. I want to see if there's anything else that's coming out where, in terms of what's blocking you right now. Let me see, one more shuffle. One more, I like it. Okay, that's too many cards. Let me shuffle again. I lied. There is one card there, but I want to shuffle. It feels like it's not okay to stop right now. Okay. There we go. All right. So let's see what we have here. So the first one that we have is untrue stories. So you tell yourself bad things, change your stories, and see the good that can happen. So what this card speaks to me, it speaks to me that you like talk bad about yourself. And I'm not sure if I'm expressing myself correctly on this, but when I'm saying this is that maybe you tell yourself like, oh, I'm not good enough to be in a relationship, or I'm not worthy enough to find a perfect person for me, etc. So like you talk yourself down, like that you don't deserve love. And this is definitely something that you should stop doing right now. I hate this card. So fated to be alone. So you gave up on love because you think you are meant to be alone, and it's not true. I've definitely thought about this many times throughout my life, and I said to myself, okay, there's just nobody out there for me. And this is wrong to do this, because you put it in your mind that there's nobody out there for you, and it's not the case. Like, there is somebody meant for us. There is somebody out there. It's just that we need to stop doubting ourselves. So it's funny how the cards kind of match, because the untrue stories that came out before it, and then fated to be alone. It's like, you see, you're telling yourself untrue stories. So you're making yourself some stories that are not true. So be careful with that, and how you talk to yourself and what you put out into the universe, because, you know how they say, be careful what you wish for, because you might get it. So just be careful right now how you talk to yourself and what you say to yourself, because this could play a big role into why you are single right now, or you can't find somebody. And the other card that we have is past trauma. So this is something that we all have. We all have past trauma. We have stuff that we let's say are afraid of. I'll give you an example of mine. Like, I've always been afraid to not get cheated on, even though I never got cheated on, not that I know of, but I was always afraid of that. And this comes down from family, even a past life, how you want to see it. But it definitely, like, your family has a big role to play into your life and what your traumas are. So maybe it's time for you to start a journey where you try to figure out what your traumas are, and try to work on those, because these past traumas definitely play a huge role into our life, into our love life. So we have to be super careful about that. So maybe it's time to for you to start digging, and see what's going on there. And I do want to take a look at the bottom of the deck, because it's not funny. It's funny because it came out to me. And I tried to do a reading for myself earlier, and it came out, and I do say this a lot of times, that love sucks, and that nobody good is out there for me, etc. So it goes down to, the untrue stories card, where you say to yourself things that are not true. And I'm working hard on this, where I try not to negative talk. I always try to keep a positive outlook on things, and try to see brighter side of things, so try not to be so negative. And I just have to take this other card because I looked at it, and it talks about confusion. So it's possible that you don't really know what you want right now. So make sure that you make yourself like a priorities list, or like a list, like, what do you really want? Do you really want to be in a relationship if you're not healed 100%? So, like, there is no point to rush into a relationship if you are not healed, because you will make the same mistakes over and over and over. So just be very careful with that, and make sure that you know what it is that you want. All right. Okay, the next deck I'm going to use is Situation Love Oracle. So I want us to get some more confirmation cards from here, or maybe some advice, or anything that you, the viewer, needs to know in regards to this situation. If there is anything blocking you right now from meeting somebody, if there's anything else that we need to know for my viewer. Okay. And one more. I lied. I always say one more and there's another one. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so these are my cards. I like these cards. They're amazing. Okay, so the first card I'm going to take is talking. So what this speaks to me is that, you know, you need to talk, to communicate, to say what you want. And if you meet somebody, let's say, and you like them, you know, this says to me that you should feel free to talk about what it is that you want from the beginning, and do not hide. Do not hide in fear of losing the person. If you meet somebody and they do not stay in your life, and I read this in the book and I don't remember exactly the passage, but if the person doesn't stay into your life, it's because they're being taken out of your life for something better to come. So do not be afraid. What I'm trying to say is that do not be afraid to speak up your mind, to say what it is that you want. And if you do meet that one person that you really, really like, be honest with them from the beginning and say, look, this is what I want, etc. Communication is always key. And a lot of relationships, they fail because people don't communicate anymore. People are afraid to communicate to one another. They're afraid to be honest. So very important here, communicate, be talkative. The Phoenix, new phase and rekindle, renew growth, change the mind, arise from the ashes. So this card is pretty much saying to me that it is time for you to change, to how can I say this? To have that death and rebirth, to rise from the ashes and start new. So if something is not working in your life right now, just, you know, try to eliminate everything. So it goes back to like that trauma card that I was telling you about. Try to release any past traumas, any past limited self-beliefs, anything that hasn't helped you up until now in your life. So try to remove those things out of your life so you can start fresh and start a new life. It's not easy, trust me. Like, I'm on this journey too. Things do not happen overnight, but if you are how can I say this? I'm losing my words. If you're confident in yourself and you want to change, it is doable. You know, it just takes time. So you need to be patient, but with patience and time, anything gets resolved. The snake. So the snake is not the greatest card, because it always talks about, like, you know, like I'm always thinking of like the snake and Adam and Eve, where the snake is like making Eve eat the apple, doing bad things, etc. So make sure that you don't have any like bad influences in your life that do not help you on your journey. Or, you know, even like it could even be like a friend, you know, like a friend that's jealous of you or envious of you. So what I'm inclined to say with this card is like, just be careful what you say to people. Even though, like, if you think that this person is really close to you and it's your best friend, or you trust this person, sometimes appearances may be fooling, you know, like you can be fooled by appearances. So just be very, very careful. What I've learned throughout my life is that it's not the best idea to air out your laundry, you know, to everybody. Like, oh, you meet somebody, like, oh, you posted on Facebook or Instagram or whatever you use, you know. Try to keep stuff to yourself. This is what this card is telling me. Try to keep stuff to yourself and try to not share everything from your life with everybody. If it's your best friend where you absolutely trust, you know, I've heard stories of even best friends, you know, doing dodgy and shady stuff. So just be careful. This is what this card is like. It's like a warning. Just be careful who you trust and who you tell things to. And the last card is passion. So this passion card, it feels more like I need to tell you that you need to have passion for yourself, not necessarily for another person. I know that in the card it talks about insane chemistry and etc. And it could mean that with another person. But what I feel from this card right now in this reading, it's more of you need passion for yourself. You need to, how can I say, devote yourself to yourself, you know, do what makes you happy. I don't know, like just be good to yourself, give yourself love, you know, stop focusing on other people and focus on you and focus what it is that you want, what makes you happy. And by doing this, I think you will be able to navigate through the situation of your life right now. Next up, I would like to take tarot, and I would like to ask tarot if there is any advice, maybe any other things that we need to know for you, my viewer, that you are seeking to know what is blocking you, whether from being in a relationship or finding that one person that you can get along with. Okay, refusal. Do not be in denial. Do not refuse opportunities, maybe. Hierophant. I like this card. Hierophant is like, it talks about like marriage and being serious, and it's like the opposite, not the opposite, it's like the equivalent of the High Priestess. I do have this card that fell down as I was trying to talk about the Hierophant, which I couldn't for some reason. So the Eight of Cups talks about leaving stuff behind. So I don't know if you can see, I'm going to just try to zoom it in as possible. As you can see, there are strings attached to the giraffe's neck and to the cups. So this to me means you need to cut those strings. You need to cut ties with anything from the past that's holding you back. So you need to like stop looking back at the past in order to have something new. So very, very important with this card. Tarot is just pretty much telling you to let go of the past. And that's funny that the Ten of Swords came out. So let go of the past. Let go of, you know, pain and heartbreak, whatever it is that's holding you back. And the Ten of Swords is like, it's like one of the worst cards in tarot. And it's like pretty much like you're suffering right now from all these swords being sent at you, from all these bad things happening to you. And you have to remember that every situation, every person that we come across with, we have to learn from these things. And they happen to us because it's a learning curve. We need to learn from all of these things that come, so good or bad. I see it, I mean, good or bad, obviously we don't like the bad stuff, but I see it all as good because you have to learn from the situation. So if a situation keeps on repeating itself over and over and over, that means you're not learning that lesson. So make sure that you really think what's happening in your life right now and why are things happening and what can you change? What can you learn from previous relationships? Or like for me, it's always been the same thing happening over and over. And I'm saying like, why am I attracting the same type of guy? Well, because I'm not learning my lesson, you know? And if I'm not learning my lesson, well, guess what? The next guy that comes along is going to be the same situation till I learn my lesson. So pay attention. Pay attention to what you're doing that keeps on repeating in your life, because this is what's blocking you. It's blocking you from changing. So start to analyze the situations and say to yourself, okay, what am I not learning? Why is this happening? What can I do for this not to happen? So let's say, for example, I don't know, like, I'll give you an example. Let's say you go out on a date. Well, I'll use the term guy, but you replace it with whoever you want. You go on a date with a guy and you say to yourself when you go on that date, I don't want to kiss this guy on the first date. And then you go on a date, you have an amazing time, and then you end up kissing him on the first date. you just contradicted yourself. This is what I'm trying to say with my example, and I hope that it makes sense. You pretty much contradicted yourself because you said to yourself from the beginning, I'm not going to do this. And then you went and you did it. And just by doing that small little change, it can change everything. Because what happened? Why did you say, I'm not going to kiss this guy on the first date? Because probably you've kissed every guy that you went on a date with. You kissed them on the first date. And the same situation happened with them. And this time around, you did say that you're not going to do it, but you still end up doing it. So did you learn your lesson? No, because you did it again. So learning the lesson would be you saying it and actually doing it. I hope that makes sense. I'm probably derailing a little bit. I do see the King of Pentacles. Excuse me, I'm going to just pause. Sorry, I had to cough. And that's like my throat just is blocking right now. So communication is super important right now. Where was I? Oh, the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles, I just want to read the book real quick on this. So the King of Pentacles is material wealth, bounty, family, and community, groundedness, a confident leader, warmth, generosity, having solid foundation and accomplishments. So what I am inclined to say to you from this card is that you need to be confident in yourself and what it is that you want to achieve. You need to be confident. So it kind of goes back to my example from before, from going on a date and saying something and not doing it. So you need to be confident in yourself and in your choices, and you need to have solid foundations. All right. So, make yourself like a list of things that you want, or that you don't want to do anymore, and just like, I don't know, like just try to figure out what it is that you've done that hasn't worked out for you now, and then you will have more clarity on why is the same thing happening. This is what's blocking you, because you're probably doing the same things over and over. All right, let's see if there's anything else that Tarot wants to say to my viewer. I was gonna say reader. Maybe you like reading. Okay. Anything else? Let's see. What do we got? Amazing. Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles, what tells me is your hard work will pay off. So, like if you're trying to do things to have a better life or to better yourself, etc., and you see that it's not working, don't take that out of your mind. Take it out of your head, because like I mentioned to you before, it takes time. You need to be patient with the process. Things do not happen overnight, like you are gonna reap what you sow, so like what you plant now is gonna give you benefits in the long run. So keep on having that faith, because it is gonna happen. Your hard work is going to be paid off. You just have to trust the process and believe in yourself. The Three of Pentacles. Now I'm just gonna take the book on this real quick. So the Three of Pentacles, okay, the Three of Pentacles is collaboration, partnership, new skills and abilities, apprenticeship, finding a support network, approval, teaching and learning, business, networking, relationships. So what this card tells me right now is pretty much, like you don't have to do this alone. Like if you find it hard to do things on your own right now, maybe find like a support group, or like there's right now a bunch of Facebook groups. I don't know if everybody's using Facebook or if it's not being used anymore, and the Instagram and TikTok is the new in thing. But on Facebook, there is a lot of groups where you can find people that have maybe the same interest as you, or I don't know, like whatever it is that you like. For example, I'll give you an example. You like aliens, you like to talk about paranormal stuff. There is a group for that. I'm part of one. You like to talk about tarot, or there is a group for that. Many groups. So just don't forget, you're not alone in this. You don't have to do things on your own. You can seek out help of others. Like, and in this one, you don't have to like go to see a therapist and pay loads of money. You can still get amazing information online from other people. So try to look into like maybe getting together with groups that have the same interests as you or want to do the same things as you. Let's say, for example, you want to start meditating or doing yoga and you don't want to do it alone. You can always create a group, you know, and say, okay, let's go do yoga in the park, you know, and then you have people that you can talk to. Like, it's super easy nowadays with all the WhatsApp and Telegram and all these Facebook. You can create groups of people and bring people together, or you can just join one of those groups that's already done. There is one, pretty sure, everywhere now. So you are not alone, my friend. Don't give up. You can do this. And look at this, the last card that came out for you, the Ace of Cups. I'm getting like kind of hiccups, which is funny because I don't get them like at all, never. So maybe that's, somebody can relate to that. I don't know. It just, I felt like I had to mention it. I'm kind of getting like feeling of getting a hiccup. So maybe something that you need to get off your chest. So do find somebody to talk to. Now the Ace of Cups is, you know, your cup is being filled up. See, you have the tentacle. It's offering you this cup that is full of everything that you want. It's just there for you to take. So I just want to read real quick from the book once again. An opportunity for connections, creative energies born of synergies, the genesis of love, the potential of new emotions and deeper intimacy, exciting relationships. So what I feel like saying to you right now, like, you know, I was mentioning like groups before, like be part of groups. I kind of feel like telling you, like, you might meet somebody from a group where you are going to be able to connect on a different level, and you are going to be able to like understand each other better, if that makes sense. Like, you may be looking in the wrong places for the one, if that makes sense. I'm repeating if that makes sense a lot of times. So yeah, so like it feels like it's possible that you're going to meet somebody through doing like group activities or these so don't close your door on stuff that you've never done before. Get out of your shell and try to do something new, something different, and just work. My final advice is like pretty much work on yourself and what it is that you need to change, because it's not the other person. The problem is not the other person. And I'm sorry if any of you get offended if I say this. You know, that saying, it's not you, it's me. It's definitely that. That is the truth. Like, we receive people in our lives that are mirror of ourselves. So if you don't like something in somebody, that means you are doing it also. So just take a closer look at the type of people that you're attracting to your life and analyze the situations, because there might be something, there is something that you need to work on yourself in order to have a change, in order to not attract the same person anymore. I hope, I'm going to say it one more time, I hope that this makes sense, what I'm saying. And I hope that my reading has brought you some insightful information and it is helping you on your journey. Just a quick reminder that if you did like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me a lot to create more content for you. And I'll see you for another video another time. Bye-bye.